Good evening there in Chicagoland. I hope you guys are all having a great dinner at Maggiano's. Been there many a time. And we're sitting here, I don't know what the weather's like here, but we're sitting here. Actually had to wear a jacket today. It was about 60 degrees outside. But anyways, we like it here, and I'm sitting with some other couples off from the Illinois, Chicago area. There's the Snowdens, Tom and Marianne, my wife Bonnie, my name's Neil, and this is Burnett and Jim Richmond. And we all live here at Pinckney, and we all have different stories to tell.
Awesome. Do you want to start talking about?
No, you can talk.
Well, we're from, we lived in Skokie, and we had businesses in Winnetka and Highland Park, the Fell Company, in case any of you have ever heard of it. It's been there for 94 years. And we were looking to move somewhere that was warmer, which this is, and was a little slower pace. And the biggest benefit we've seen are our property taxes and stuff, because we pay probably about 10% of what our property taxes were in Illinois. It's an easier, slower pace of life, and there's a lot to do. So I hope that you look into it and ask all the questions you need to, and maybe Burnett and Jim can tell you a little bit about how they found it. Go ahead.
Sure. We got here on a journey that started 2 years ago at the same show that you're at. We had never heard of Buford before or Pinckney Retreat, and went around the auditorium like you're going to do or you've done, and picked up a lot of literature and put this one in our bag along with the others. And then we came down in October of 2014 to look at Savannah. And said, let's got this stuff from Buford. Why don't we go over there and see what that's like? And we did. And then we came back here every day that we were down here when we were supposed to be looking at housing in Savannah. So
It's awesome.
And this became really a wonderful place for us. We have a waterfront area that the homes are around, and all the neighbors are wonderful. During the summertime, you can see so many different marsh birds, and the wildlife here is just fantastic. So there's always something new to look at every day, and it's just a lot of all new things compared to Illinois. And there's an adventure here, and that's what we were looking for.
Marianne and I are similar to Jim and Burnett, that we looked at Savannah first and ended up here. The things we like about the Buford area is the southern living. We knew no one when we moved here, absolutely no one. And we've come to love the South. We fish for shrimp off the deck, crab off the deck with Neil's help. We live on the marsh, also learning the tides, which we're from Charleston, Illinois. We had, of course, they don't have tides there. How about you, Marianne?
I just like the architecture. My friends that I have met here, never knew them before we moved here. And surprisingly, Burnett and I are next door neighbors and didn't know that we were both from Illinois area until, of course, they moved down here. But they have become my family. And just everybody, really, all of the homeowners here currently are just, it's like one great big happy family. And like Burnett said, there's so much going on and different things that we have experienced that you would never do in Illinois, ever.
I think it's Marianne, it's that sense of adventure, a little bit of adventure. I mean, this is way out of my comfort zone. So if any of you are worried about that, I'd say go for it. It's good to go out of your comfort zone a little bit. And it is, you have to have a little adventurous spirit in you because everything is going to be brand new. But the good part is we're living in an area where there's a lot of other people who are experiencing the same thing as what you're experiencing now and maybe looking for similar things. So you already have this shared sense of adventure to start some really good friendships, which has really been nice. I mean, we all spent Christmas dinner together. We call it the Chicago Contingency at Christmas dinner. But there's a lot to do here. We were looking somewhere where we could see theater, where we could, if we want to go to a big city, we can go to Charleston in an hour and a half. We can go to Savannah. We can go down to Florida in a few hours. So there's a lot of places we can go and visit. We can be in the mountains in Asheville in 2.5 hours. So it's kind of a spot here, and then we can spread ourselves out and have a lot of new adventures over the year, which is what we were kind of looking for and stuff. So it's exciting. The one thing we missed though is, Matt, we want you to bring us home a Portillo's chocolate cake.
Jim and I managed to still work some, and I found that it's very easy to drive to Savannah. Savannah gets you to Atlanta. Atlanta gets you to every place you want to go. And just purely by coincidence, Jim and I found that we work sometimes in the same city and travel to get there. So for those of you who still want to work part-time, that's something that's easy to do.
Yeah, I still work full-time. There's several people here that are working full-time out of their homes, so that can be done. It was important for me to have an airport within an hour because I go back and forth to Chicago on a regular basis. And Tom mentioned Atlanta. There are a number of direct flights to Chicago. It's not hard to get there and back. It's about a 2-hour flight, an hour to the airport. And that's probably what it takes to get from Elmer School here.
Probably. And a lot less traffic.
For sure.
So what do you do for fun here? What makes Beaufort special?
No, just walking down the street is fun. We have a dog, as most of the people here do. And when we walk in, like at 5 o'clock, all of a sudden we're in the middle of an intersection and here comes people out of their home. And pretty soon there's like 10, 12 people standing in the middle of the street just chatting. We have a lot of impromptu parties here where you can just be walking down the street and they say, come on in. And, you know, pretty soon there's a big gathering. Like I said, everybody here, it's like one big happy family. Everybody gets along so well. Because like either Burnett or Bonnie said, we're all in a similar situation where, you know, you're either retired, near retirement. We do have a couple of younger families here with small children, and we embrace them. They're like our own kids. Everybody looks out for other people. When somebody gets sick, kind of everybody knows, and you just look out for them. You bring food in. It's just, I don't know, it's just a really warm, happy feeling.
Yeah, for me, I think it's there's a lot of historical stuff here, especially, you know, from before the Revolutionary War, Civil War, just to walk on the point and see these beautiful homes and you know, talk to different people that are from this area. I mean, I don't think I've been bored yet, and when I think about going on a vacation, I'd soon come here. And my family's from here. My mother grew up in Beaufort, so I've always had you know, like this love affair with Beaufort, and I can't think of a better place to live in. I love Pinckney Retreats. It's just the perfect spot. It's beautiful. You're close to all the water sports.
I think that if you're tempted and you're trying to make a decision, your best bet is to come to Beaufort. Because I would tell you, I spent my honeymoon here almost 40 years ago, and I remember telling my husband at that point, we came into town, I said, I don't know what it is, but I feel like I'm home. So it has that feeling, and a lot of people feel like that. So my best advice is to pack your bags, come now, because I know it's going to be snowing there this week, and enjoy the warm embrace of Beaufort.
Even just coming in the gate into Pinckney Retreat from the busy highway out front, all of a sudden you just come in those gates and it's just quiet. And that's pretty much as soon as we went through those gates, I knew.
We had that same experience.
And
As
so
soon-
did we.
Yeah.
And the live oaks, when you're driving in,
With the
are
moss.
just so beautiful. And experiencing the downtown of Beaufort is really neat. Walking along the waterfront, sitting in a swing, just spending some time having lunch outdoors, all of that is really pleasurable. So it's a lot of fun to be in Beaufort.
That's
So
awesome.
come on down.
Love it. All right, we'll cut right there. You guys warmed up.